This has got a screen on it to keep the Black Soldier Fly Larvae from going out there, from what is called frass, from plugging it up. I'm going to put some rocks. I think you might have to dump this for me. They're heavy. But don't dump them all at first. Just enough to cover that. You think that's good?
Spread them out a little.
More?
Yeah. You got more.
Okay.
That ought to be good.
Weed fabric. To keep as much of the stuff inside as possible. And a bird nest in there. Okay, I'm going to put an inch or two of wood shavings in the bottom. I don't need the burning now. You can use leaves, pine straw, whatever. Okay. All right. I have got a few pea holes in there. Some Swiss chard. And then I have this little tub of these Black Soldier Fly Larvae. I cannot say Black Soldier Fly Larvae. It's a tongue twister. Anyway, they're all different sizes, but there's quite a few big ones in here. And I am going to dump them out right on top. And they will eat just about anything that was once alive. That's, you know, they will eat meat too. But I'm not going to put meat in here because I don't want to attract rodents. But as they mature, they want to come out and go pupate. And they bury into the ground to pupate. But we got to attach that side of the hose to the barrel. Get it down low enough to where they can go in the hose and go up the spiral and go out this and drop down into my ice cream bucket. Then there is what's left after they eat and poop and do all the things. What's left is called frass. F-R-A-S-S. It is just about, from what studies have shown, the best fertilizer on earth. These do not carry any disease. They're clean. Even though they're dirty, they're clean. They don't bother, the flies themselves don't bother humans. They don't bother animals. They just do their thing. They are the cleanup crew as far as rotten waste goes. You can use your own kitchen waste, your garden waste. You can get stuff from restaurants, but you may have meat mixed in. But anyway, it's tipped just a little bit towards the spigot on this side. Spigot is closed. When I want to harvest frass, It's like a liquid fertilizer. I just open the spigot and it should dribble out into whatever I have container-wise to fertilize my garden with. It's just been a few minutes and they're already gone down in there to eat and work. Let's see if I... They've already gone down off in there in the green stuff. And it's a trial and error type thing on how much to feed them. You just have to gauge it. You can order these, but it's kind of like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. I did not order them. Set up a bucket, put your waste in, and they will come. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits of this. They can range anywhere from 35 to 50% protein. They have a 6% calcium content, 35% fat. So it's basically a complete feed. And they love them. They absolutely love them. Rooster, you're getting more than your fair share. So, this can replace your chicken feed. I think I would probably still feed a little bit. Like, I don't know, do chickens need roughage? But, Mr. Rooster, you need to go on. Let the hens have some. You're slinging them. Y'all are fine. Be nice. Y'all, be nice. You're just about all gone. Y'all got them all. Be nice. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about these things. I don't think my videoing ability during when I'm doing stuff is very good. I don't know why. My brain shuts off, I think. Okay. Black Soldier Fly Larvae. I had to make notes. Just for reference, dried ones that you buy run about $15 a pound. I don't know how many it is, but I know it's not a very big bag. Okay. Live larvae, they have up to 43% protein. Dried larvae contain about 42% protein. So it's not a whole lot of difference. 35% fat, 6% calcium, 7% fiber, 1% magnesium, 0.03% sodium. These are being used to feed poultry, pigs. I consider chickens poultry, but I guess they're saying turkeys and other forms of birds. Chickens, fish, and shrimp growers. Okay. They survive down to 35 degrees. They're the most productive from 50 to 113 degrees. Ideal temperature, 95 degrees. Okay. That's I guess you would say the guaranteed analysis for feeding animals. let's talk about what they leave behind, the frass. It has more nutrients than worm castings, so you can use less. It's 100% organic. The NPK is 3.4, 2.9, and 3.5. It promotes early growth and a seed inoculant. I guess, you know, yes, some seeds you need inoculant and it makes them germinate better, but for your home garden, I don't know that many people do that. It has beneficial microbes for plant growth and production. Improved growth compared to competing products. So things that are in I would say worm castings that they're comparing it to is better. It's water soluble. You can use it in hydroponics. You can use it in like a drip irrigation system. There's no odor. It doesn't stink. These flies carry no diseases. They don't bother people. They don't bother animals. They just are the cleanup crew and they go along and do their thing. Okay. And if you want to compare the NPK, look up cow, pig, or chicken manure and compare that. And then your average household compost. It's way more than any of those. Okay. Chitin. Chitin, I don't know how to say it for sure. CHITIN is insect particles, tiny particles in the soil. It signals plants to increase the defenses against pests. So they have like stronger cell walls in the plant itself. That's pretty much all the info I have that I looked up. I still am not for sure and certain how much per chicken they need. You know, say how many worms do they need? A half a cup, a quarter cup? I don't know yet. I will do an update video on the process. I mean, they're in there, they're doing their thing. We haven't got any in the bucket yet. It's only been a couple hours. But I will do a follow-up video on the whole process. And there's really not that much information about them online in English. I'm not saying English. I'm saying, like, you know, big words and things I don't understand. When you speak English, you talk my language down to my level. Not stupid, but you know what I'm saying. With scientific stuff, it's way over my head. But I think this is, there's a lot of people doing this. So I think it is a very, very viable option to feed your chickens. If you want to feed your pigs, that's fine too. I haven't done much research at all because I don't have pigs. I have seen some that they have their setup where the little downspout is directly into a pond and the fish eat them as they fall out. Kind of the same way with some chickens. I mean, they have them set up for a coop and they fall out and the chickens eat them as they fall out. Which I might eventually do if I can provide shade. That's going to be in this black tub, and I have 3 coops. So in the shade will be a big deal. I don't have that many trees in my backyard. I have lots of trees behind, but not in my backyard. And it has to be handy so that, like, somewhere near the garden. That's why I said put it in here. It's in the shade. it has airflow because I have the fan going most of the time. I cut it off for the video, but it when it's hot. There's not any two ways about it. When it's hot, but it's not sitting in the sun, because if it was sitting in the sun, it would bake them. So I would encourage all of y'all chicken owners to do a little research, because these things live everywhere, all over the globe. No, you might not be able to do this as many months out of the year that I can, because I'm in Southeast Texas and we almost don't have winter. But if I can feed my chickens 8, 9 months of the year, maybe 10, with these things for free, I'm all for it. I am all for it. So, you know, I mean, okay, say you live up north where you only have maybe 6 months of warm weather. 6 months is 6 months. It might take a few weeks to get them going. You know, you can order live ones and put in the bucket, and they will establish your population right away and start multiplying, and then you're set. But I don't have to. It was kind of an accident how I stumbled upon these things, and it happened a long time ago. This building, my goat barn, used to be my rabbit barn, and as you know, rabbit cages hang up and they poop and it falls out. And at that time, I just had wire around the sides. I didn't have any of the boards or anything. So when it rained, I had the rabbit cages protected with tarps, but when it rained, the ground underneath the cages got wet. And I was cleaning it out, and I found all these maggots, is what I thought. And I was like petrified and like, oh no, this is not good. And then I did some research and found out what they were. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't really, at that time, I didn't find anything pointing me to feeding them to the chickens. So, I don't know. A few weeks back, I seen something somewhere, read something, and I was like, you know what? That's what the dried ones are that people buy. And I've seen them in the stores, and they're not cheap. So, I was like, there's bound to be a way that I can do this. Set it up and grow them myself and harvest them and feed them to the chickens. So I got to looking and found quite a few resources on YouTube. And of course, we made what we did. And we shall see if it works. I mean, it's similar to everything else, so it should. But we may have to tweak it a little bit, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to call it an evening. Finish my feeding chores. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope it encourages you to look at alternative ways to feed your animals, because feed is expensive these days. And y'all have a great Labor Day weekend. And if you have any questions, I mean, by no means am I a professional, but if you have any questions and I can answer them, I will be happy to. So just leave them in the comments and I will get to questions as they come by. And thanks for watching.